Welcome! Got two interesting looking records to show you today. One from Discogs, which I'll show you first. It's one that I've already opened and I've already listened to it as well. Listened to it earlier today. And then another one from a website who I do check out sometimes, but I've never used them until now, so we'll see how they've done. So the first record, this is one from an act who I've collected a lot in. That's been really the collection music-wise that I've focused on most, particularly the last couple of months or so. I made a best offer to a seller on Discogs. Kind of tried my luck really. It was up for something like £15 and I offered £10 and it was accepted. It was a UK seller, I think like a little record shop somewhere that also has some Discogs listings. I'm really happy because the other sellers on Discogs were charging probably like double what I paid at least, and then a lot of them were from abroad as well, so you've got extra postage and taxes and stuff to pay. To get this for £15 all in, including postage, feels like a little bit of a bargain really. I'm talking about Lieback Party Songs. And I know what you're saying, oh no, Lieback again, he's still on them. Yes, this technically isn't a Lieback album, it's classed as an EP. There's only 6 tracks on it. Whether you class this as an EP, I mean it's classed on Discogs as an EP certainly, or a mini album. I mean, it's semantics really. This was something, even though it's not particularly old, this is I think a 2019 release on Mute Records. It was difficult to find anywhere. Discogs seems to be the only place that could find this, and there again there was just this one seller who had it up for £15, which I probably would have paid that, to be honest, had it not been the option to make an offer, but I was able to make an offer and I tried my luck and got £5 off. Got this a couple of days ago and I listened to it earlier on. Absolutely fantastic. This just reaffirms my feeling that I do prefer modern era Lieback to their earlier stuff, because they've been going really since the early 80s. And I do like a lot of their early stuff. They've done some brilliant stuff in the 80s, getting on to the early 90s. This for me is like a perfect accompaniment to the Sound of Music cover album that they did, that I made a video on some time ago. Like I say, there's only 6 tracks on here. The 3 tracks on side B are all recorded live from performances in North Korea. There's only 3 different songs on this EP or mini album. A couple of them, there's like different versions, and then the live versions on side B. And they're like sort of, one's meant to be a Korean folk song, the other one's meant to be like from a Korean opera, and then the other one might be some sort of tribute to Kim Jong-il, I think. Yeah, Lieback did a sort of state visit and certain live performances in North Korea some time ago. And there's a very interesting documentary about it, Liberation Day. That's something I would like to get on Blu-ray if I can find it, but it seems to be something that's quite rare and expensive at the moment. But I want to get this out and show you, as there was another particular reason for buying this record, which you can probably guess. It's got a nice, I don't know if you'd call that like a lyric sheet. It's probably got more sort of production notes on it than actual lyrics, but they might be lyrics, I can't actually see. On sort of fairly thick cardstock there. And here's the inner sleeve. There's a download code, doubt you'll be able to see that, but if anyone wants it, get in touch. But we've got, and you've seen a few of these on my channel over the months and years, but it is a clear vinyl record. I do love clear vinyl, just so much fun. Party songs on clear vinyl from Lieback. And it's such a good EP, this as well. I mean, the Sound of Music, which I think would have come out a year, 2 years before this, but it's all linked into their kind of North Korean excursion that they did. And that's a whole other story in of itself, really. For a Western act to successfully travel to the People's Democratic Korean Republic, or whatever the country's technically called, it's not exactly an easy thing to do because it is such an insular society there. Lieback achieved it, and this was such a great listen, certainly, especially side 1, and it was fun to hear the live tracks on side 2 as well. So Party Songs by Lieback. This really probably will be the last Lieback record I show you for a little while. I did mention recently that I've pre-ordered their new album. I think that's out in June, if there's no delays. It'll be at least June when I'll be showing that on the channel. This was something, at the time I didn't consider it an essential purchase, but in a way, now that I've listened to it, I realised that it was. And although it's not really a full album, it has got some awesome music on it. It might be my second favourite Lieback record in my collection now, after The Sound of Music. But Party Songs, the Korean EP type thing. The next record I'm going to show you has just arrived today in the mail, and here it is in its mailer. I've not opened it yet, as you can see. This is from a record shop in Leeds called Crash Records. I'd been looking at their site for quite some time. I think originally I looked a couple of years ago to try and get something from Record Store Day late on, but I'd left it too late. But I've always wanted to use these just to see what they like, and this particular album, they're again from another band that I've been collecting a lot of recently. Well, I say a lot of, a bit of, but there's more to come. Crash Records had the version of the album I wanted at the best price. Right, so let's get into this. Looks like it's got a little bit of parcel tape on it, even though there is a pull apart tab. So just quickly slice these. They never come off in one, these. I always end up tearing them about halfway through. Doesn't matter. We are in. The protective card there. A couple of bits of protective card, and then here is the album itself. This is, if I can get it the right way around, there we are. OK Human by Weezer. So recently I did a video where I got a couple of Weezer albums on coloured or kind of coloured vinyl from Germany. Listened to both of them back to back. Two amazing albums. I am a fan of that kind of like pop punk, power pop kind of sound that Weezer was really one of the pioneers for when they first started in the mid-90s. You know, they've kind of progressed in some ways over the years to sort of have more electronica kind of motifs and influences, which for me is no bad thing. But two really good albums. The Black Album, which was on half black, half clear vinyl, and Van Weezer, their most recent release, which was on neon pink vinyl. So this one, OK Human, also came out in 2021. I think this only came out like 2 or 3 months before Van Weezer. I think this was completed after Van Weezer, but Van Weezer was delayed at least a couple of years or so, I think. And this is a particularly nice edition. It's also available on standard black vinyl and no doubt CD, and of course it's available to stream, download digitally and all that jazz. It's got a hype sticker on it. We've got to get into it though, because I want to check that this is indeed the version that I particularly wanted. I think the price of this, $21.99's ringing a bell, and then postage, and it's not taken long to come, was something like £4.50 as we attempt to get this inner sleeve out. So there's the inner sleeve. Weezer have released so many albums. It is a collection I've decided I'm going to focus on for a little while, but I think it's highly unlikely I'm ever going to get, well I say ever, but in the near future anyway, that I'm going to get all 18 of their studio albums. And they're supposed to be releasing 4 more this year. There may have been an announcement about that by the time this video comes out even. But, oh, here we go. This is like a clear record. I don't know how well this is coming across on camera, but it's got this sort of multicolour, mainly red and blue I would say, spatter on it. So any other colours? I think it's mainly red and blue. Oh, look at that. Wonderful stuff. Spatter vinyl here, OK Human by Weezer from 2021. Love it. So another patterned but non-black record edition of a Weezer album to go into my Weezer collection. And just after enjoying particularly the Black Album actually, and as far as I could tell when I was looking it up about the Black Album, it didn't get particularly brilliant reviews, but I thought it was excellent. Really, really good. If I'd bought that back when it was released in 2019, I would have ranked it possibly my favourite album of that year. It is that good, but better late than never. And Van Weezer also was very, very good, and I have made an order to buy more Weezer albums. Hopefully by the time this video is released, if I won't have received those albums, they'll be well on their way. So watch out for more Weezer on this channel. But OK Human on clear with patterned spatter, or splatter, whatever you want to call it, vinyl, awesome stuff, love it. And of course, we started out with an EP, Lieback, another act that I've really been collecting a lot of this year, Party Songs. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this look at 2 more interesting looking records for the collection. Thank you to Crash for a great first purchase from them, and also to the Discogs seller for the Lieback EP. I want to say special thanks, because I always do, you know, to my wonderful subscribers and generous patrons. Please will you see plenty of referral links, discount codes, my Patreon link and my Facebook group link, all down in the description below. It might be below, or it might be elsewhere. I don't know what device you're using. Why don't you tell me about it in the comments, or not? I'd rather we talk about music in the comments, but it's a free country, you do you. I'm going to go now. I've listened to Lieback Party Songs, brilliant, going to give that another listen soon, but as it's been open now, and I'm just so loving Weezer right now, I just want to get as much as I can that I can afford to. I'm certainly going to put on OK Human, and also look forward to their upcoming albums. And I do hope that all of you will join me again next time for my next record collecting video. Cheers everyone. See ya!